Grant Denyer now.
It's Grant Denyer.
The gold bogey this year. Oh my God, it's Grant Denyer.
And our mum, Shezzy Daniel. She's really crazy.
It's all true.
It's All True, the podcast with Grant and Shezzy Denya.
And George.
And one day we're going to get George's name in lights. One day he'll make it into the promo and the opener of his own show.
Yeah.
When the little boy grows up to be a big man.
It'll be the George Sargent show featuring, hopefully,
Grant and Shezzy.
Yeah.
Like, we'll just be like the
No way.
tiny
I
tail.
like it. I enjoy just being that little guy in the podcast, chiming in whenever it works. It's a good way to be. I enjoy my life that way.
Yeah, you fit right in, brother.
You're our referee.
And you're growing more
Our
in the show.
counsellor.
And I like that. You know, back in the day, we just used to use you and abuse you for your tech skills. And your recording studio. And you'd say like 2 words.
And your mum's
that's it.
cakes.
Yeah, and we'd abuse you for your mum's cakes because we liked eating them.
She is a good cook.
Yep. And but we only liked you because you could post things to YouTube and put our episodes up on the podcast platforms.
I was aware. I was a bit of a nobody back then.
But now you've grown to be one of the family, like me, 4th child. I've got 3, don't I? Yeah, 4th child.
But did we discuss that prior, that me calling you daddy and mummy just doesn't quite work because I feel like we're mates?
Yeah.
Look,
that's right.
if it makes you vomit when Prince Charles does it, talking about his mum, the Queen, it's pretty.
What do you mean?
Have you heard? Mummy. He calls her mummy.
What?
Yeah.
Mummy
Yeah.
dearest.
Oh, mummy would love that. And you go, mate, you are 70. Oh. And you're still saying mummy.
Worse would be daddy for sure.
Yes. But my parents are in my phone as mummy and daddy, aren't they?
Yeah, but you don't call them that verbally.
No.
Hello, mummy.
Do you know
What's for dinner, mummy?
Do you know the other day I called my mum and she still has the answering machine that I recorded for her when she first got a mobile phone in was it 1999 or something?
Yeah, it stood the test of time.
Yeah.
And it's you and your young media career as well. You sound so fresh.
It's like, we'll have to ring her one day, except when I know she won't answer.
Hi.
Hi, you've called Shelley's phone. I'm sorry I can't take your call right now.
And it's every time I get that message on Shell's phone, because I ring her a lot, is when I'm not FaceTiming her, is it sounds like a late night infomercial. It sounds like a hot sex line. Like it's like, remember the old 1-800 numbers?
It was supposed to
Call me
be
now.
professional sounding because she was working in real estate and couldn't work out how to record a
Well, it
voice.
sounds like she works in a brothel with
Oh.
that voiceover.
Have either of you two ever rung those numbers to go to the sort of sex line or brothel line or whatever you want to call it line?
Is there a brothel line?
It used to be. I don't know. It probably
A
still
brothel
is.
line?
Well, not a brothel line, but like the sex lines. They're always in there was like a page dedicated to it in
Oh,
the newspaper.
yeah. I rang them all the time.
All those raunchy numbers. I was never game enough to. Joked about it a lot with mates about doing it, but I always thought, like, I'll get a knock at the door and it's a police officer going, we know you called the line, your caller ID came up, we just traced it to the house. And I thought, that's not a good way to go to prison as a kid. So
For sure. Do you reckon they're in like a proper office or they're in like their houses or what's the setup? Is it a typical office space?
I reckon I've always thought that really hot women on these numbers are probably just, you know, they're slobbing it at home. They're just in their tracky dacks. They've got spaghetti spilt down the front of their singlets. You know, they're making a little coin on the side. Zero interest in you. Zero sexuality actually involved. Just them running through the motions as they're painting their nails, you know, with their phone pressed up against the ear going, yes, Daddy, tell me what you're going to do to me, Daddy. That is hot. You know what I mean?
That is definitely true.
Yeah.
That is 100% definitely true, I reckon. That's why a lot of those movies, you know, you see them like doing that. I reckon that's where it stemmed from.
I think it's real.
But I know somebody who had to explain to their boss why they had so many 1-800 numbers and their bill blew out. Like, this is
Because
a
they were
long time ago.
expensive, those numbers.
Yeah,
like
had
massively.
to explain to their boss.
Oh, no.
Because their boss was related to me. Is related to me. Does that make sense? Yeah. So without giving away any I don't really want to dob anybody in.
I wouldn't
but-
go any further with qualifying what the connection is. 'cause
Okay. Yep. No
getting
worries.
a little close.
Okay. So ran up a bit. Like we're talking 25 years ago, 30 years ago. Yeah, ran up a bill that was over $1,000 in a month because
seedy phone calls.
yeah.
Now you can just like download those files online for free.
Oh, mate! Now you can get. You don't have to listen to someone's just croaky old cigarette smoking voice. You can get big pictures as well. Like we've come a long way. But back in the day, that was the only thing available. Wow.
Well, we kind of have our own hotline, the It's All True truth line, we should call it, when you just send a voice message to me through the Instagram @_GSarge.
Yep. Have you got any more?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's why I'm asking for people.
Phone line's running hot then.
Business is, pretty slow at the moment.
And I listened to the last episode, and I just want to say I came out wrong when we were talking about vaping. Like I am not saying that. What are you? Why are you looking at me
Why
like that?
are we going back to this
Because
topic? You
because
made me uncomfortable last time.
That was so hard to get out of that
Okay, yeah,
conversation.
well,
we
I-
turned to the Queen.
I know. I just wanted to say that, like, I listened back to it and it sounded like I was saying to the world that I have a really smelly vagina, which was not what I was saying.
I
was
don't.
saying,
No, I didn't take that away from what you're saying. I think
it's-
you were saying
no.
some people do, but I don't think you qualified yourself as that.
But then I said, I know what mine smells like at the end of the day. Like after I meant like. Anyway.
Oh, why are we doing
no.
this again? Quick, George.
Okay.
Give me a fact about the Queen.
No. So, George, it's the final episode of the season, right?
We've made it.
We have. Still makes me laugh that we make our seasons so short. Like that, I don't know why we did that, especially if we're
Yeah.
just going to keep rolling over.
Well, we did that because we didn't think it'd last longer than 10 episodes. That's why we did it. We said, look, we're here to make 10, and if it works, it does. And then if it doesn't, which it probably won't, see you later.
Yeah. So
And then we sort of came back.
And like here we are, we have our podcast has been advertised all week on
mate.
on billboards in Sydney. Can you believe
I've
that?
seen pictures. Seeing your
Like-
podcast on mate, it looks like it's 300 foot long. This gigantic
It's all true.
digital billboard in our colours, that teal and pink with our logo on it. Oh my
Great
God.
colour scheme.
It's a great colour scheme. Yeah, it looks incredible.
We got those colours from the organisation that employed Shezzy when she was doing sexy voiceover calls. Yeah.
I thought it looked familiar.
When she was known as...
yeah, here we go. Yeah. Yeah.
That's right. I remember now. They would change the last two digits of the phone number depending on which person you wanted to talk to. So like was for... maybe it was for scintillating Cheryl. Dial 1-800-655-432.
Scintillating Cheryl.
For Candy, 435. For Deborah, 539. Like, and they would just, and so you could pick the character that you wanted to talk to. It was like the adults' version of Choose Your Own Adventure.
I seem to think that this is something that you really want to unpack because we
We should do it. We should call one.
no, we should not.
Maybe next season.
We
Let's do it.
absolutely should. Yeah, episode 1, season 6.
No, why don't we talk to somebody who's worked as one of these and ask them what they really like?
That's even better.
Yeah, thank you.
That's actually, that's a great idea.
Back to my
you
point.
should produce this podcast.
Yeah, back to my point. Right, I know you keep going off on a tangent about the sex songs, but we're finishing out the episode here. Not sex songs, I mean sex calls. We're finishing out the season here with this episode today. This is going really well. We've had a really big weekend, so we're not good with lack of sleep, are we? No.
What are you trying to
too
do?
old.
I'm not even following what you're trying to do right
I'm
now.
trying to.
I feel like we're throwing to something right now, Shelley. Is that what's happening?
Yes,
This is
thank
what the
you.
people want. He came out of the blocks
So-
hard when he gave us horse lips on a penis.
Yeah. So you said
So, George, have you summarised this season in a song?
I certainly have. And as we know, we went to some weird and wacky places. We went spiritual. We went to some dark places even. This entire song sums up season 5 of It's All True. And I got you to guess last week what the song was going to be, and I remained very coy. I didn't say anything straight face. GD, you were 110% correct.
Yes.
What did you guess?
Time of Your Life by Green Day. That's what I guessed. So have you done it?
1997 hit, and it has been parodied by myself with the help of you two. This is the wrap-up of Season 5. It's All True. Enjoy.
Sorry. We're recording, are we? My bad. I'll put away my sex toys and let's wrap up the season, shall we? It's Season 5, Episode 10 of It's All True. If you've been here from the start, we are concerned for you. We talk ADHD, ghosts and UFOs. Our bosses want us to find a niche, but even they don't know. But something we are proud about is being really true. So we'll continue speaking about poo and depression, the media industry, perfectionism, parenting, and panthers, and dieting, and astrology. Grant got chased by a floating shit in a public pool. Shazzy put me on a dating site called Dudes Who Are Down To. I met a couple of girls called Stacy and Tina. They both were creeps, so I said, see ya. Our part is unpredictable, and one day we'll get fined. But right now we'll enjoy our sweet time. Oh, remember that time we completely blindsided Shazzy and interviewed her closest friends and family to get all the juicy goss? Turns out she really is as crazy as we thought, swinging off balconies whilst half cut. Hectic! With a big heart though. Oh, and Grant rode across the Simpson Desert with nothing but his best mate and a bottle of scotch. Oh, we are so sensible and careful about our well-being. Maybe we belong in the health category? The It's So True podcast may not always be for you, but if it is, then we love you. And to the haters, politely, we say, fuck you. Yeah. Leave a rating and review. Listen to us on your trips. If you do that, we'll be back for Season 6. Sarge the Large, chubby but would make a good hubby. Signing off for another season. One request for you, just be true.
Oh, we've done it again.
Yeah, baby.
Oh my God, that was so good.
That was so full of nostalgia. My eyes welled up.
We might have to start making our seasons longer though, because I'm running out of parodies and songs and things to talk about.
Oh my God.
It's good fun. I love it.
Brilliant job,
That's
mate.
so good. Did you play that on guitar? Was that you?
I would like to say I did, but it's all thanks to a YouTube instrumental. Thank you.
That's you're so talented,
You're a
George.
clever
Like,
little bastard.
Yeah, you really are. That's so good. And even how you work out how to rhyme everything, and it's,
I do my best work sleep deprived.
do you?
Welcome to parenting.
Oh yeah, you make a great parent.
Training me up for being parenting, yeah.
Oh my God, you're so
that was
it's so
brilliant.
good.
That
I
was
love
brilliant.
it.
And you know what?
Good song.
It's only when you look back. This is why when you make TV shows, I love seeing at the end of a season like a recap of all the things that went on, because it reminds you how much you loved that show. Like it just reinforces as it all comes to an end. It's like, oh my God, I loved every minute of that. I'm going to come back next season. But when we hear that, we were just like, oh my God, this really is so much fun. It's
for sure. And we do pack so much into 10 episodes. Like you'd think it'd be 10 topics, but inside each episode, there's like 15 topics.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
None of them are organised, orchestrated well. You know what? But one day we'll figure out a theme for this podcast. Because
No, but I think
I said in the song.
astrology.
The bosses want us to find a niche. We don't know what that niche is. Maybe our niche is just chaos.
Obscure.
But isn't that life though? Like, isn't that when you catch up with your friends, you talk about lots of different.
To be honest, if we did a podcast each day that was about the same thing, yeah, no way.
Yeah.
Log off the Zoom for sure.
Yeah.
and don't you reckon it's so random? Like something puts things in our way, you know, like something or kind of, you know, a book falling out at our feet, or
That's right.
you know, like, or a podcast playing.
That's
or
right. That's how.
something like,
if you haven't heard that episode, we got an author on purely because a book flew off the bookshelf.
yeah.
And landed at Shezzy's feet. We were like, "It's a sign."
It's like,
It's a sign.
but like that's how organic it is.
And it was great. That was a great chat. What was that chat about again? Was that
It's a great chat. What was that chat about?
that
again?
was about?
Yeah.
That wasn't the ghost chat, was it?
No,
that
no.
was the spirit.
Yana Firestone.
Yeah, Yana Firestone.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah, she wrote that book. Remember about you know, change and we spoke about grief and imposter syndrome and and lots of things like that happen, and I call it synchronicity. Well, actually, somebody else called it synchronicity, and I thought that sounded really cool. And we have a lot of synchronicity.
Because I think if you're open to that, if you're open to the gifts of the universe, then these things become a little bit more obvious. They present themselves a bit louder, a little bit brighter.
Yeah, like you know how we had like birds flying into windows and
Yeah. Has that stopped or is it still going?
what? We've had nothing since that podcast record with the cowgirl medium. But then just the other day, a parrot flew into the window. So like nothing for months. And then
We've still got a guard of honor around the house.
yeah, like
There's
all
still-
these birds are still
There's
out
crows
there.
that
And
still every morning they're there standing at the window and they wait for you to come and wave and they like give you a nod. It's like we have our own like protection. It's like we're living at the castle and they're like the beef eaters, the guys that stand outside, you know,
Yes.
the Queen's house.
it's very interesting. I don't know what any of it means, but we do occasionally see just one crow just outside, or you know, when we're driving along, and that's supposed to be a really good sign. So yeah,
See, I always associated crows with evil because they look dark, like a dark
Yeah.
presence. But
no, I'll have to look it up now to see exactly what it says. But like one crow is a sign that good news is coming.
because crows aren't normally on their own. I think
That's
I remember
right.
you
Yeah,
saying.
they normally
So
are
when you
in
see
a-
one by itself, that's a sign.
Contrary.
Contrary.
Careful. That's nearly the C word.
Contrary to popular belief, crows are commonly viewed as good omens. Crows are commonly believed to represent positive meanings such as transformation, destiny, intelligence, fearlessness, mystery, adaptability, and a higher perspective. That was not the one that I wanted, but yeah.
No, it's still,
I'm going to
still
go and
nice
duck off
clear.
to the tip and just
Oh, here we go.
stand in the pile of rubbish and look at the crows.
So to dream of holding and talking to a single black crow denotes that your connection to your higher self and spirit is being strengthened. It's also a sign from spirit that good news is on its way to you.
Now, wasn't it the original? Not House of Dragons? What was House of Dragons called before that?
Game of Thrones.
Oh, Game of Thrones.
They didn't Byron, the blind kid, he had a crow that did all the messaging, remember? That was his spiritual guide. He could become a crow. That's right. He closed his eyes.
that's right.
And he became a crow that could survey other areas, like secretly follow people. And
Yeah, that's right.
so that's continuing the myth. Yeah, that's
If
right.
you guys could be any animal in the world, what would you be? Have we done this before? I feel like we haven't. And if we have,
No.
let's just keep going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a bird kind of guy.
What?
I'd love to fly. I fly
Sayla
all the
said
time
to
in
me
my
today,
dreams.
she said, do you know what Dad said to me the other day, which is really funny? Dad said, I really like birds now. And she goes, what, you didn't like birds before? And then she said,
No.
kind of like he said to us one day, I really like our dogs. And I was
I just like having deep chats. I have big realizations when we're driving to school.
Yeah, and
Sometimes they
she's-
come out.
and she's like, what, you didn't like our dogs before? And you're like, no, but I genuinely like them now.
So good.
Yeah, so Grant going, yeah, I'd be a bird. I've always loved birds. Do you think that is correct?
I point at bird when we see these like particular green and yellow parrots that are around our area.
Grass parrots.
Whatever.
Not whatever.
What am I, bloody Dr. Carl? I'm no scientist. They're just bloody green and yellow bloody birds in the paddock.
A vet that
I'm not Dr. Chris Brown.
right.
Dr. Carl.
Yeah.
That's right. He's science. I react like the Queen reacts when she sees cows. We spoke about this
Yeah.
last time. I like, oh, the birds! Look, the birds, kids!
Yeah, he does. He does.
We
And
need
so-
to put you in an aviary now.
Yeah.
Just surrounded by my people.
he's only just started to really like birds this year, and probably we've been appreciating them more since we moved back to our house and we've got a big window and we look outside at nature and
True, we're a bit more integrated with nature now because we can see so much more.
and
of it.
also that chat
The
earlier.
spiritual connection with
Yeah,
the animals fascinates me now.
yeah. So
Well, I've got hundreds of cockatoos at my place, and the sound that they make is incredible. Like, and I don't mean incredible in a good way. It's
no, it's
loud, it
extremely
wakes you
loud.
up.
Are you getting
Yeah.
that early in the morning?
I do. I get up at about 5:30, and that's when the alarm goes
screeching.
off. But before that, they wake me up.
Yeah, they're so loud.
Yeah, they've absolutely decimated trees around here. I saw driving home today, there was a whole flock of cockatoos that had like eaten all the bark, and yeah, the tree looked pretty sick.
And they can pull lots of stuff apart. They can wreck your house. Remember at Hamilton Island? Remember if you leave, you accidentally
yes.
leave your balcony doors open, they come on in and they just help themselves to the minibar. They just take all the sugar, they get all the biscuits.
Yeah, they make a real
And they just
they're
trash the joint.
a bit of a menace. I would like to be a pig if I came back as another animal.
Yeah, you do love pigs.
Yeah.
But you like
Like a
eating them.
wild pig, or those nice sort of farm.
No, just a
piglets?
farm pig. Just a big old
Not
sow.
a great ending.
Why?
Well, you're sort of only bred for one purpose.
How do you know?
Human consumption.
Consumption, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you get to like bathe in mud and you just like, you get to just eat whatever you want and you got, your friends around and
eat
you
whatever
just,
you're given. Like,
yeah,
it's
you
not like
just-
you can go down to go, KFC or bloody Hungry Jack's tonight. You don't have that option.
you just get to lie around. You get to like root a bit, like in the root around with your nose in the mud.
Oh, okay.
Not have sex. No, I mean like
Have you ever seen pigs do that, Shez?
yes.
I
What?
haven't.
Have sex? No, I have not seen them have sex. Is that what you mean?
Right.
Or like
Yeah.
root around in the mud?
No,
That's what it's
have
called
sex.
with their nose. No, I have not seen pigs have sex. No. Why?
I wonder how that works out. I don't know. I'm just curious
wondering
now.
why you kept pulling over at the farm that's got those pigs.
I love
just down the
looking
road
at
there.
them. Yeah, but
They are
everybody
big
says that they
pigs.
stink. They are big pigs.
They are
There's
huge.
something really, I don't know, really interesting about looking at them. Don't you think?
No.
What? No.
I know they're...
Don't
they're
poo-poo
so-
my
I know they're
animal thing.
trainable. I know someone who had
They're very smart.
a pet pig in Gosford as a family pet.
Really?
Yeah.
A big pig?
Well, it turned out to be a big pig. It was always this is supposed to be toy
Oh,
sized.
the teacup pigs.
teacup pig and ended up being bigger than the house.
I remember doing a story for Prime on a pig. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and what was the purpose of that story?
Did it fly?
The
Did
new
you
Oh, no,
story?
I was just trying to think. I can't
Was his
remember
name
what.
Babe? Did it?
I was just trying to think of what the actual story was. I remember doing a story about a pig, but I can't remember what the story was.
Was it inner city? This pig,
No, it was for Prime. I don't know. It was just a big pig.
and that was
What was the story
purpose of
about the
story?
horse in a bed? Remember you brought that up on the Larry episode? What was the horse in the bed story that you
That's
did when
so-
you were a journo?
So I was
unusual.
never given any proper journalistic rounds to do. So I wasn't the police reporter. I wasn't the political reporter. I wasn't the car crash at the scene guy. So as you go down the list of orders of hierarchy in the newsroom, I was at the bottom. So my only way I'd ever get a story is if I flicked through these weird suburban or outer Melbourne kind of newspapers, and I just found this picture of this chick in bed with a pig, and I'm like,
No, a horse.
horse, sorry. There's my story. This is my chance. And this horse lived inside this lady's house, and it was.
Was it a miniature
It would
horse?
sleep in. Yeah, it was.
Right.
But like Shetland
She's
size,
still pretty big.
What? I can't imagine that would be very comfortable to sleep with a horse.
I can't remember either.
I thought they slept standing up.
Well, it would get into bed and lie down like a human. It put its head on the pillow. Like it was
That's
so
pretty
weird.
cute for a story,
So I'm
but-
thinking picture-wise, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Little did I know, that's probably, I should go and make a TV show just called That's Amazing and just film lots of crazy stuff. not just be on the news trying to pitch an idea. This week, what do you got this week? Oh, you won't believe it. Oh, my God. It's a pig that drives a car. Like,
That would be amazing.
yeah, it actually would be.
That would be. I'm sure that actually that could be a new TV show. That's amazing. Do you remember there used to be that, or maybe it was a parody where it was like amazing stories, and then it was like they weren't amazing stories. It was like
it was a joke one.
yeah,
That's right.
the husband had taken the washing out, and it's like amazing stories. I loved
They
that.
went for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
It was a skit on something.
Yeah, that was great. But you could recreate that.
Good. Maybe that's my future. Teaching pigs to drive.
Well, do you know what? I don't reckon that you need to plan too much for your future because I have seen written online, so you know it's true, that you earn $30 million a year.
Wow.
30 million?
Yeah.
This website obviously doesn't know that I'm currently unemployed.
I love this.
$30 million
Dollars
wow.
a year, yeah. So
What official source is this?
have you ever, George, and I don't know if you've, well, I don't know if you, during school, you ever had to do some projects where you just like
Absolutely.
Yeah. So did you always fact check your
Yeah.
websites?
Absolutely. Yeah. So you like put at the end of the assignment all of the
Yeah,
sources,
so you
like
do
the
the
websites you went to.
bibliography. Yeah. Right. So Sayla was saying to me the other night, she's got to do a project. And I said to her, well, this is how you look up different sites and stuff. And so she typed in what she wanted to look up and then started to write it in. And I said, well, hang on a second. You can't just take it as literal, that's not a fact just because it's online. And then I had to explain to her, not everything that is written on websites is factual. And she's like, what do you mean? Because if it's up on, on the internet, then it kind of has to be if it's on a science-looking website or something that looks professional. And I said, no, hold on a second. Back in our day, we never had to do this because we used to have encyclopedias. Do you
They were
remember
a
those?
trusted form.
They were, yeah.
Where everything in there was verified over time, and it was
Yeah.
a go-to source for accurate material.
So I said to her, look, let's have a look. Let's look up Grant Denyer. Yeah. And then it came up like, as those suggestions. It said Grant Denyer net worth. And I thought,
Oh, I've seen this, right? So anytime we're watching a movie, right, and so we want to go, oh, what's that guy from? Is he from that other show? And then we put his name in, and whenever you put like someone famous's name in, net worth always comes up as
Why
one of
is
the
that?
options, right?
why is that?
Mine goes height. It goes Grant Denyer height, but then everyone's has wealth at some point. So if you pressed wealth.
Well, I pressed net worth, yeah, because I was like, oh, this would be, I don't know, interesting. Well, it didn't have height. It said something else. I can't remember. Anyway, and then the first page that came up said that and I don't know if I have it here because I just printed out a few things, but it was incorrect, was my point. The first page that came up said Grant Denyer's net worth or something is $5 million.
Jesus.
Yeah, from being paid things. Are you going to look it up now? It must change, but
Would you be doing the podcast if you were on $5 million a year?
like, would you?
So this is what comes up when you put Grant Denyer in on my search engine, right? So it goes Grant Denyer YouTube. Yes, I have one of them. Grant Denyer German. I don't know why. Grant Denyer car accident. Grant Denyer height. See? Grant Denyer pizza.
What is that? Grant Denyer pizza?
And then Grant Denyer net worth.
Yeah, so it came up as like one of the top ones. So, yeah, so it said that you earn $5 million a year from your engine racing driving.
Oh, from my engine racing driving.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it does say that.
Yeah. So what is engine racing?
Engine racing is where we sit on an engine and
Now
we
this is
drive them around.
Grant Denyer net worth 2022 hidden facts that you need to know. Now this is on a professional website that has a whole list of other celebrities.
Proper pictures on there.
Proper pictures, yeah. So this is something that I think kids would look at, or people, I'm guessing, who would like to get into maybe TV or the media.
Oh, I got a Logic Award for greatest presenter.
I Logic Award.
A Logic Award.
Right, so-
I think that might supposed to be Logie.
Right. So
A Logic Award.
we'll just go through this. Grant won Australia's spunkiest male television character in 2006. Is that correct?
Yeah, I did actually.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought that'd be fake. But what?
Oh, shots
I'm
fired.
just joking. What was that for?
It was like a prominent magazine.
Oh, DNA magazine.
No,
is
that was
it?
that was Sexiest. But yeah, yep,
Right.
It was another magazine back obviously when I was hot.
Did you do a show called It Calls for Two?
Do you mean It's All True? It Takes Two. Is that what it means?
Yes, I think so.
I
Yeah.
did a TV show called It Takes Two, not whatever you
So I'm
said.
just reading through a few things here, okay? And there's plenty of websites. I've got lots of material here. They gave birth to a baby lady named Scout on 14th of October 2015.
Dates right.
A baby
lady.
That's
He
so
was-
nice of them.
He was created, that's you, you were created on the 12th of September 1977 in Coffs Harbour.
Well,
Please explain.
I was created 9 months before that date. Yeah. For starters, and not Coffs Harbour. Gosford.
Right, okay. He bought his first house for $222,000.
Wow. I can't tell you if that's right or wrong. To be honest, but how would they know that?
Because it's fake. That's what I'm saying. You bought your when did you buy your first house? And where was it?
Maybe 2003, 4?
Right. So the height of in Sydney, was it?
Yeah.
Right. In the height of the Sydney property boom,
Yeah.
you tell me that you bought a house for $200,000.
No, probably not. Okay, I see your point.
I find this just.
And this is just us. So imagine.
I find this
everybody else.
outrageous. Yeah.
What else you got? What other goodness?
Well, this part is right. Personal lifestyle. A beautiful woman and the lovely home wife, Cheryl Denyer, may be the loving wife of Grant Denyer.
Well,
Yeah.
grammatically, I'm not a fan of that ad.
Did you do a show called It Requires Two?
No.
Right. See, okay, that's just one website there. Okay, so
Are we going to give more birth to more beautiful ladies?
more beautiful lady children. Okay, here's another one. This is from a different website, okay, under Grant Denyer Net Worth. I just find that this is so irresponsible that these pages are out there. But anyway, Grant Denyer Net Worth. Your net worth is estimated at around $5 million.
Yes. Woo! I'm rich.
Your main source of income is as a media personality.
True.
Yep. Your Grant Denyer,
Oh.
so it doesn't even have your
Okay.
name spelled right here, is one of the richest media personalities in Australia.
Oh my God. What?
Denyer's successful career has earned him an expensive lifestyle and some fancy cars.
Okay.
He flies to work in his private plane.
Yes, I do. Woo! What a boss.
Like-
this bloke sounds awesome. A flight in a plane, a private plane.
So you take off at your house and you land back at your house.
This is like
because this is where I work from home. Exactly.
these are legitimate. Look at this one. Celeb net worth. How much money does Grant Denyer make? Latest income salary. Right? This is verified. And for people who are listening, I've got my
Air quotes.
air quotes. Yeah. How much money does Grant Denyer make? Latest income salary. Right. So then it's all very factual here. Okay. Net worth. Grant Denyer net worth $30 million.
Jesus. I'm
Heck
dropping
yeah.
you guys. Screw you.
Okay.
I'm going to go live in the Bahamas and just count on my cash.
This is so far-fetched that
Far
it's like,
out.
it's actually irresponsible, because if you were a young person coming up, like George, if you were reading this, okay, and you didn't know us, you would be thinking, I need to become a TV presenter because they get paid so much money, which is quite irresponsible to say that
that
you
is.
could earn $30 million, like, or that could be your net worth from,
Bloody hell, I wish.
Okay. Grant Denyer's income salary per year, $10 million.
See, what they don't know is that we're currently, Shezzy's selling her secondhand sunglasses just so we can afford to eat. So this website is so far from the truth.
Oh my
Way off.
God. Per month, $833,333.33. Are you trying to look
I
at-
feel like all of these are, that's very specific. $833,333.33.
I've highlighted it.
month.
Okay.
Who has the time to make these websites?
I reckon
and
they're
do all of that?
auto-generated. I reckon they're auto-generated, auto-written. I just feel like they're algorithmic, and they just accumulate money. It does a thing and goes. He's on a couple of shows, judging by a couple of other people who are on shows. Maybe they're American salaries they're referencing here. I don't know.
They must be
Or
American.
it's just an absolute dart in the dartboard.
Like,
just guess.
per day, they're saying that you earn $27,397.26.
Remember back in the day, it was like Cindy Crawford and stuff would never get out of bed for less than $10,000.
I know, I love it.
How could I be earning more than that?
Right. Are you 6'1"?
Yes! Finally, something true.
Okay. Now, when you do a search on George Sargent,
Oh,
oh yeah, George,
does the tape come up?
were you homeless at 18
Absolutely not.
for 3 months? Were you homeless?
No,
I'm
I
being
wasn't.
serious. Right. Okay.
Oh, no, I've always had a house to live in. Yeah.
Homeless.
Homeless. Yeah.
So,
And there's another. So this is what I'm saying. So okay, and another thing. Great. I don't even know how to raise this, but there is another
Mine
website.
sucks. I want a jet that I can fly to work in.
Sorry.
my
There's a-
fake lifestyle sucks. Your fake lifestyle is awesome.
There's a lot of George Sargent, so it took me a long time to find that. Yes, but it was just somebody talking about how real you are, and it was like just a website talking about up and coming personalities and backstories. And Grant is also on another website where they talk about, are people circumcised or not circumcised? Yeah,
Oh my God.
I love this. Like, and so.
Do they claim to know, or are they
Yes.
guess whether you would
No,
be? And
people
that's the
can
fun.
contact them and update the information.
Well, I've obviously nominated George.
What? And looking at the
Large
information,
charge.
looking at the information that they have about Grant, nobody's updated it. I'm sorry, darling, but they've got it very wrong. I'm not going to say whether it's it's right or wrong.
They
but
got it the
it's-
wrong way around.
They got it the wrong way around, which again,
We live in the world of disinformation, man.
we so do.
This is why it's really hard to figure out what's true and what's not in this world. You know how, like, you look at America and they are so divided. Like, the left is hard left, the right is hard right, because there's so much misinformation and deliberate disinformation around there. We're just all, well, who do you follow? What do you believe?
But
And
that's
there's
what
so
I'm
much
saying.
fake stuff out there. You can find any facts to suit whatever bias that you have to support your argument, and you'll wholly believe it because you found facts that suit you. The problem is there's so much of these facts are just fake
And there's so
made up.
So many of these websites. And my point, I just keep thinking that there's so many young kids who would be looking at this and saying, oh, I'm going for a job in XYZ, and there's no way that I will ever be able to earn millions of dollars like all these celebrities. And I just think that that's really sad that
People think that, being a celebrity is instant riches, and it's just not. Like, you look
Yeah.
at most rappers in America, they all rent their stuff. They rent it all. They rent it all for their film clips. They rent their house. None of it's real.
and we know people like that, and probably there are a few people in the Australian media who do earn very well.
But you're
and it's
talking a couple of percent.
Like-
like it's
like very few who are all on radio, not on TV.
Yeah.
like when you're talking about big $1 million, contracts,
just
and
doesn't
it's
happen.
just
Not on television. No.
and it's it's sad because then I think about all the misinformation about YouTube stars. We see it and we go, holy hell, God, they earned $20 million from their YouTube channel? That's incredible.
Why do you think I started this YouTube channel? Like, when I found out
It's a
someone
slow
was
burn.
earning $20 million from YouTube,
It's like you need to verify this. So anyway, so that's what I wanted to, to just.
what's our life lesson here?
Well, I'm still going.
Kids don't go to school. It's all fake. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying don't believe everything that you read, which we've already said before in magazines context. But this is like these are proper websites. So
Or posing as proper websites.
posing as proper websites. But
That's
the
a
same with Wikipedia.
Yeah, that's wrong too, regularly
Yeah.
for me. Yeah.
Like the Coffs
Any
Harbour
one
thing.
of us can jump on and just edit anything on that site.
Exactly. Like, because it's a user contributed notice board effectively. And that's what the whole internet is. It's unregulated. It's basically a gigantic notice board, like a cork board where anyone can put whatever they want up there for sale. I want to sell my puppy. I'm looking for a flatmate. That's just the internet. It's unregulated. It's lawless out there. So when you've got a kid, a young, impressionable child who's growing up, trying to learn about the world and develop who they are and what's right and wrong, they can Google anything, and an answer appears straight away in their palm. The problem is what's the source of that answer?
That's right.
And that's frightening because we can't possibly ever monitor that, and the internet doesn't monitor itself.
It's the same with Dr. Google. Like I know lots of people who will Google things, Google symptoms, and straight away they think it's the worst possible case. They're like, oh my God, it's mouth cancer. You're like, well, no, what was the source?
I'd also like to point out that you are prolific.
Yeah, I
at
am
doing
like,
this.
but I also know that I don't know. I love Googling stuff. I love putting in certain keywords so that I can pull up, because that used to be, one of my past roles was a researcher, and I used to have to research really quickly because it was for, live TV. And so when you needed to find something, you had to find it immediately, and you had to basically fact check it and make sure that it was spot on, with a very fast turnaround. And I do like Googling medical stuff, but I also have some I don't know. I also have some good context to be able to put things into, and also know the websites.
You'd produced a medical segment for a long time, in conjunction with a doctor. So you sort of have a little bit of a feel for it all.
Yeah. Okay, so back on to some of the inaccuracies, right? So now we're on to me, okay? Because I come up as Grant's wife, the lovely homemaking, maybe wife of Grant Denyer. Now, I have a net worth, it's not as much, but I still find that this is, it sounds very attractive. I have a net worth of 500,000 to 800,000.
Good on you.
Thank you.
Well done.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that comes from my YouTube channel and my collaboration with other brands.
Wow. We're really seeing the fruits of your labour. This is
we are.
amazing.
And in fact, I'm so well off that I drive 2 cars, a Range Rover and a BMW on weekends.
Wonderful choices.
Thank you.
Well done.
Yeah.
Not sponsored.
No.
They're not our cars. We don't have those cars.
I know that.
They're just pictures of cars.
I know that. I'm a vegetarian. Now, this is like...
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I know.
Clearly they do not know you.
So, this is how wrong it is, because most of the time I eat predominantly meat, don't I?
Yep.
I just love,
Yep.
I've always loved meat.
Oh, my God. It's got your body dimensions or your measurements.
I know.
Holy hell.
Yeah. So I'm 163 centimeters tall, according to this. So it's 5'4", which is incorrect. I am not 163 centimeters. I'm 168 centimeters. Thank you. My bra size. They have my bra size.
What the heck?
How the hell do these people think they have my bra size? And it's incorrect.
Let me motorboat you to see if they're right.
Oh, they're doing it right now. You'll have to go to our YouTube channel and check it out.
So what's my bra size?
32B.
Yeah, that's incorrect. I'm not a B cup.
What are you?
I'm a D cup. And I'm
you
very
are.
low. A very saggy D cup.
Do you want
Stop.
me to leave?
Oh, yeah.
What else have they got there?
Maybe our YouTube viewers don't believe you, and you should show them for yourself.
Not happening.
Shoe size 6.
That's not correct.
No, you're not a 6.
I just can't believe. And this is what else? Well, look at this one.
65 kilograms.
is my weight. They've got my weight there, 65 kilograms, which is not my weight. I wish I was 65. Well, actually, no, I don't. I think I was 65 when I was 21, maybe. Look at this. My body measurement.
So they've got you 36, 30 and 36. So I assume...
Is that Barbie?
Is that inches?
It's like 36, 30 and
So
36.
that's perfect hourglass shape.
Yeah.
Like Barbie.
Yeah, that's not me.
Or Kim Kardashian. I've married Kim Kardashian. How lucky am I?
My bottom is much bigger
Wondering
than
where
mine.
that badonkadonk came from.
Yeah, like my favorite color.
Blue and pastel? No.
Incorrect. And my favorite TV show.
This Is Us.
What is that?
I don't know. This Is Us.
Right.
This is us.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Yep.
Mate, can't trust
The
it.
moral of the story is that this is, utter crap.
Just-
so
Yeah.
Shut your devices down, except, of course, our YouTube channel. And keep your podcast apps open. But everything else...
it's like it's bloody fake. It's so
We've
wrong.
said it from the start. If you want truth, be true. We are true. It's all true. Everything we say here is...
Is true.
Oh, yeah, mostly.
Well, what were you going to say?
Everything we
What-
say is true.
No,
Nah.
we'll leave it to the imaginations of the wonderful listeners.
That is true.
what?
That's true.
Nah, but it's true.
Now,
Or is it?
somebody sent us a TikTok video, which I'm guessing George probably hasn't had a chance to clip up, but they mentioned you in it.
Not judging by his eyes. No.
Yeah.
No. This is the first I've heard of it.
Well, that's okay. I'll a little lady with a fantastic voice called Daisy wrote a song about her great grandmother, and in it she sings about Grant being the grandmother's crush,
Was she...
which was so.
Was she a passing or something? Was she? Or what
She
was...
passed away, yeah.
Oh, okay,
so,
righto.
so Daisy, her great granddaughter, had written a song and sang it, and we listened to it before, and it was really. She's got a good voice, and it was really sweet. And she was like singing about
You love dancing, and you're always really well dressed, and you always make us smile. And
Yeah, it was so
your
beautiful.
your
That's
ce-
heartwarming.
your
Isn't it?
celebrity crush was Grant
Grant
Denyer.
Denyer. Oh, it was so
really
nice.
sweet.
Yeah. And so her auntie Peter Evans sent us a message on Instagram, and so I said that we would do a little shout out for Daisy on the podcast. So
Has it got her great grandma's name on there?
no, it just says Nan.
Oh, Daisy, it was a lovely song. You sung it beautifully. The words were very heartfelt and touching. You could tell all the family was sitting around, and I think had tears in their eyes as they were sort of reminiscing about this wonderful, powerful woman whose
Yeah, it was really
celebrity
nice.
crush was me. How cute.
That
How
is
gorgeous.
nice. Yeah.
Well, I hope
Who's your celebrity crush, George?
Grant Denyer as well.
Yeah. You can have me anytime you want me, big fella.
Yeah.
I've been doing songs at the end of every season, but they're not as beautiful as this one that we've just heard.
Oh, my celebrity crush, I reckon. Who do you think my celebrity crush would be? I was going to say Alanis Morissette, but that's
Oh, Shane Warne.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Shane Warne, of course. Well played, buddy.
yeah, that is
Shane Warne. God.
Oh, and sorry, I do lie.
believe
Actually, I do love you, GD, but I actually love Bindi Irwin.
Do you really?
Really?
Is that right? Look, like,
Man.
you serious?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
From the very beginning, when we're a similar age, and growing up watching her with the Croc Boys on TV, and going to the Crocaseum up in Sunshine Coast.
You know
man,
what? Let's ring her. Let's ring her now and tell her.
I'd freak. But she's married to a guy called Chandler, and he's American. He's a wakeboarding surfer, and yeah, I'm happy
God,
for
you've
them.
done your research, haven't you?
Yeah,
Those
it's fine.
facts
It's
are
all
true.
good. Look, if things don't work out, Sargi is here for you.
I like Bindi.
Yeah, she
I
is
do
lovely.
like Bindi. She I used to watch her a lot on all of Steve's stuff when she was like really teeny tiny.
She was so cute.
She was so cute and just a little animated face and
Full of excitement and wonder. And
yeah.
then when she won Dancing with the Stars in America, with that beautiful tribute to her dad, like, it was, oh my God, that was powerful. Powerful stuff.
You had her on your Dancing with the Stars, didn't you? When you were hosting, yeah, she came on as a guest judge, didn't she? Once, I'm sure she did.
Oh,
yeah,
she did too.
Yeah,
That's right.
So I remember talking to her in the makeup room, and yeah,
Very sweet.
yeah, very.
That's a good
sweet.
choice, mate. That's a lovely, wholesome choice. I'm very
Yeah.
happy for you.
Very wholesome family. I was a big Steve Owen fan growing up.
Yeah.
So was
See,
I.
I'm more of a Cardi B kind of a guy myself.
Cardi B.
Oh.
What?
I like him wholesome and, really polite.
Wholesome, you say.
Wholesome.
Polite and not a potty mouth at all. Yeah.
I can't
Isn't
even
she
think
the one that sings WAP?
Yes.
I don't even know what that
I was
is.
joking.
Oh, right.
Cardi B. Cardi B.
But you haven't really given us your celebrity crush, have you?
really
You used
have
to say Drew Barrymore and Meg Ryan.
Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Lovely, though.
Well, you said that I reminded you of them. What, you've moved on to Cardi B now?
You
haven't
did remind me a little bit of Meg Ryan. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I used to like...
Obviously, I don't anymore.
Oh.
who's the girl in Almost Famous? I loved that movie.
Almost Famous.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Goldie Hawn's daughter.
Oh, Kate Hudson.
Yeah, I liked her. I thought she looked nice.
So you like your blondes?
Not always. Not
No,
necessarily.
Cardi B's not blonde, is she? Kim Kardashian is. What's your feelings on the Kardashians?
Have none.
Right.
No feeling.
How do you feel about them, George?
I haven't watched an episode of that Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I've only heard what I've heard on the news, and
But what do you think about
no
like
comment.
when you think about them? Because people can love them and obsess over them, and then I don't know. I'm a bit
I think they're just a commercialized family.
yeah.
Yeah, I think you make a pact with the devil, and you basically do anything to be famous, and you have no problem with that. Yeah, and that's fine if that's their choices. It doesn't worry me. If you want to watch the show, watch the show.
I just find that like when I've got young girls and I'm worried about them growing up, they set a very high bar for beauty standards. When people are looking at pictures of the Kardashians with their, very perfect noses and perfect faces and skin, and like the amount of money that they spend on looking like that, like that's their full-time job, and it's very unrealistic for normal people
It is,
to look like that.
But I think it's also a bit of a circus act. You know what I mean? People like looking at it because it's so bizarre, but you don't necessarily aspire to be like that.
Yeah, but that's men.
You know what I mean?
That's a lot of men that I've spoken to go, it's
Do
not
they
attractive.
talk about this kind of stuff in schools? Like they didn't for me, but did they bring this sort of stuff up at the moment?
I don't know if they do.
I sure hope someone is, because yeah, imagine if we're all now so addicted to our devices like we are, and you have, an endless feed of influencers and beauty influencers just on your feed, and we know they're all faking the looks a lot, and it's just
The look is tiny noses, massive lips,
big butts.
massive teeth. Like even the look is to have, like the majority of people don't have big mouths. And I remember taking a photo of I don't know, a nice mouth teeth to my orthodontist, saying like these, this smile looks nice, when we were talking about correcting my smile, and he said that's fake teeth.
Yeah,
And
a
I
lot
was
of
like,
people are doing fake teeth.
what?
Now. Yeah,
Yeah.
caps or yeah.
Like that perfect smile that's extra. I don't have a wide smile, but they show like all the, like these are little things that people, obsess over. And the Kardashians have a lot to answer for, with their waist trainers and ridiculous waist sizes. And I know lots of young girls who try to replicate that look.
Yeah, but I think it just like anything, it's just a fad. It's just a fad we're currently in the same way that we were into parachute pants in the 90s.
I
you know
loved
what I mean?
parachute
Like,
pants.
The body shapes.
Bring back the parachute.
Yes.
Oh, I loved parachute pants.
Happy pants.
The
Remember
happy
Remember happy pants?
with Doc Martens. I used to wear it with white socks.
And you'd have some sort of American, maybe, basketball
Yep.
jumper on top.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or the what was that? Oh, I want to say it's not Rip Curl.
Billabong.
No. It had a hood and it was like a surfy jumper thing and it had like lines on it and it was like so cool and I couldn't afford it.
Cooter Lines.
Cooter Lines!
Oh, that's an obscure brand from the past.
Oh my God, that was all I wanted. And I used to have like, remember the Bob Marley reggae beads, you know, so it was like the...
Wow.
Is it Rastafarian colours or...
From your Trinidad roots.
I used to wear that like 3 rows and then the black elastics around your hands. Like it was a full look.
Oh, the black elastic.
Yes.
That's right. Which would really, they were just they were plumbing
Plastic.
seals.
Yeah, they looked like that. Yeah. And you
We should have like a nostalgia week where we throw on old fashion and we talk about things in that era for the episode.
Yeah, it's a great.
like hyper-coloured T-shirts and there was such a,
It was a terrible era for
It was
fashion.
a terrible. I look back at photos of myself. I'm embarrassed. Like, you know, everybody.
But maybe that's where the Kardashians are at right now. You know, you just don't know where these tables turns. You know, while 1 minute it's up, the next minute's down, and we'll move on to something next. Maybe
I was going to say, like I look at those sort of photos and I go, far out, why aren't we wearing this kind of gear?
Yeah,
My era.
Yeah, they were if anything, they were comfy. The clothes that we
They
had
were
at the
so
time.
comfortable. But I don't know what happened. We hit the 2000s and then there's been no real huge fashions. Does that make sense?
I was born.
There was like,
Yeah, you
there's
were.
like skinny jeans or there's some, but like I'm talking about like real bad fashion. Like the skinny jeans are still kind of in.
Mid-drift was the early 2000s.
Yeah. Well, I probably didn't get into that.
You had like hairstyle. You had the Bieber flick. Remember the?
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have one of those?
Oh, I did. Yeah, it's a shocker. Family photos back in 2012, I think. It was just redonkulous.
Really?
Massive mop on my head. Yeah.
Classic. I want to see that.
Can you drop it in this YouTube video just so
Yeah.
people can see it?
It's on the screen right now.
Yeah.
it is.
Grant had a flat top and a rat's tail.
Yeah, at the same time. that's a double.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? What did you
Yeah,
have?
I know.
It's a double crime against fashion.
We'll have to try and find
So
that.
flat
as
top
well.
is where they'd give you like a military short sides, and on top they would cut your hair into a spike, but it'd be completely flat, like where the spirit level would like every hair was exact same length, so it looked like a little landing strip on top of your head. It was ludicrous.
And a
But it had
rat's tail at the
same
back.
time. Yeah,
How long was the rat's tail?
it was pretty long. Oh, geez, I reckon I'm talking sort of 10, 15 centimeters. It had some length. It was, no girl ever spoke to me. Ever.
So wrong.
Ever.
Like, so rank. But
I
did
looked
your other friend, your
feral.
other friends, did any of your friends have that?
No. For some reason, I thought I was a real pioneer.
Yeah.
Now I know why no one else had it. Yeah, because it was fucking ugly. Is what it
Fugly.
was. Yeah.
Do you know at one point I had like a bowl cut? Do you remember Josie Bissett off Melrose Place was really good looking and she had this real short hair and it looked like my hair in that cut looked like a bowl. It looked terrible.
You look
and
like a boy.
I looked like a
You
boy because
were a
I
boy.
played basketball and I was wearing all boy stuff and I had this bowl cut and it was terrible and I thought I was the shizzle. It was gross.
Oh, I'm glad we've come a long way.
Yeah.
Fake teeth and tits and butt implants.
Oh my God, butt implants. Yeah, so wrong.
Well, this has been fun.
This has been fun.
But it can't be fun forever.
No, it can't. We're
All
going to have
good
to go.
things come to an end.
Yeah, well, you going to play George's song again
I
to
think
see us out?
It's anyway, brother, don't you reckon? Thanks for your love and
think
commitment
so.
this season. I appreciate it.
Oh, look, I always put in just enough when it comes to these podcasts. And wherever you are right now, I would love for you just to turn this right up to 10. Full max on your iPod, your iPhone, your Lappy, your record player, you're in the car, just full blast. I want you to break the speakers, actually. Break them. Fuck them.
Oh,
Sorry. We're recording, are we? My bad. I'll put away my sex toys and let's wrap up the season, shall we? It's season 5, episode 10 of It's All True. If you've been here from the start, we are concerned for you. We talk ADHD, ghosts and UFOs. Our bosses want us to find a niche, but even they don't know. But something we are proud about is being really true. So we'll continue speaking about poo and depression, the media industry, perfectionism, parenting and panthers and dieting and astrology. Grant got chased by a floating shit in a public pool. Shezzy put me on a dating site called Dudes Who Are Down To.
It's a brilliant name.
I met a couple of girls called Stacy and Tina. They both were creeps, so I said, see ya. Our party's unpredictable, and one day we'll get fined. But right now we'll enjoy our sweet time. Oh, remember that time we completely blindsided Shezzy and interviewed her closest friends and family to get all the juicy goss? Turns out she really is as crazy as we thought, swinging off balconies whilst half cut. Hectic! With a big heart though. Oh, and Grant rode across the Simpson desert with nothing but his best mate and a bottle of scotch. Oh, we are so sensible and careful about our well-being. Maybe we belong in the health category? The It's So True podcast may not always be for you, but if it is, then we love you. And to the haters, politely, we say, fuck you. Yeah. Leave a rating and review. Listen to us on your trips. If you do that, we'll be back for season 6. Sarge the Large. Chubby, but would make a good hubby. Signing off for another season. One request for you, just be true.
Thanks, lovers. We appreciate your support. We can't wait to see you again soon.
That
On
was
behalf
awesome.
of all of us, we love you. George,
Love you too, guys. Have a lovely break.
You too.
see you, everyone.
Woohoo! It's all true.
It's All True, the podcast with Grant and Shezzy Denya.
Bye bye. See you next time.